Welcome back. In just a few hours' time, Network 10's free-to-air television signal in the Victorian town of Mildura will be switched off for good, and it's prompting fears other regional TV stations might follow.
Since 2006, Channel 10 has been broadcast to almost 70,000 people in Victoria's Mildura region via Mildura Digital Television, which is owned by 7 West Media and Win TV.
Of course, I love 10.
Good television, Channel 10. MasterChef, I'm a Celebrity.
Channel 10 has some good programs.
Tonight at midnight, facing falling advertising revenue, rising costs and running at a loss, Mildura Digital Television is ceasing operation. They'll hand their licence back to the government and the 10 signal will go black. To continue watching 10, locals will have to use the 10 Play app. The government says it will make its remote community satellite TV platform available, but viewers will have to stump up about $800 for a satellite dish. Residents are up in arms.
What do you think about Channel 10 shutting down in Mildura?
Crap. Very sad.
I think it's actually really terrible.
Really disappointing.
It's just another disadvantage for our area.
Crap. A big word, crap. That should not be allowed to.
The regional TV business is doing it tough, with rival streaming services now selling ad space and Facebook owner Meta's refusal to pay TV networks for their news content. Commercial television revenue has collapsed.
This particular station is probably a sign that the market is really challenged. There is absolutely no more fat to cut. You know, you can't cut anything more without actually losing broadcast services, news services that are critical to the existence of regional media companies.
And it's feared Mildura is just the tip of the iceberg. And similar signal shutdowns could happen right across Australia, threatening jobs and access to local content, news and sport. And next in the firing line, regional WA, the NT and all of Tassie.
This could have been avoided potentially if we'd looked at a long-term solution years ago, but we just haven't done that. This is probably a point where everyone's going to go, OK, maybe we should actually do something about it and not just in the short term, set it up for the future.
Should the government step in to save it?
Yes.
I think the government have a responsibility.
It would be good if they were prepared to.
Absolutely, it should be saved.
They spend money on some other stupid things.
And while the streamers and online platforms face almost no regulation, the free-to-air networks are facing decades-old rules and taxes.
Probably the most important one for them is the removal of the spectrum fees. They want those abolished. They think it's an unnecessary cost.
The commercial broadcasting tax should be removed. There's need for urgency from the government to remove that tax. It's about $46 million.
We need the legislation to take the industry into the future, but the legislation's stuck in the past.
So now the body representing Aussie free-to-air commercial TV networks, Free TV Australia, is demanding immediate action.
The government needs to recognise that broadcasting has become increasingly challenged.
I think the government could step up.
Broadcasters have been talking about problems with legislation, with costs for years and years and years, and the sign that there's another station shutting down just shows that we're probably getting to a point where we've got to do something. There's a lot that the government really needs to do.
Also in Free TV's sites, new laws forcing streamers to produce Australian content in the same way local networks have to. They also want smart TV makers to prominently display Aussie TV channels right alongside the shiny streaming ones, for both new tellies and for ones already in people's living rooms.
It's very hard to find your local television services on your new connected TV, but the kind of country we want to live in is one where every Australian can get their free TV services across the country, and that's why we need laws to make sure that those services are easy to find.
It also wants laws for streamers ensuring they won't buy the exclusive digital rights to sporting events, hiding them behind paywalls. If not, it could mean the almost 70% of Australians who access their TV via an internet connection would miss out.
It's the kind of programming that brings us together as a country where we all can watch the same thing at the same time.
Ensuring that people in all parts of Australia are able to watch things like the Olympics or the State of Origin Grand Final.
But for our Mildura viewers, it's too late.
We've lost all our regional newspapers because News Corp has come and bought and promised a lot and left us with nothing. And our last ones that are left are our regional TV stations.
If the government doesn't interject, doesn't change anything, who loses?
The people who live in regional Australia lose.
I think it'll affect a lot of people.
It's going to be a big loss to our community.
10's just another nail in the coffin, if you like.
This is crazy. So people in Mildura won't know how Mimi's going to go in the Mystery Box Challenge, you know? It's important stuff.
I do think if you don't have a good internet connection or you don't know how to watch television on an app and you are used to turning on a TV and watching that way. Like, there are a lot of people, particularly older Australians, who that's how they sometimes connect with the world.
Yeah.
You know, I certainly know my father used to literally just watch TV. That was his, in the later years, that was his form of seeing people outside of me, you know? And so that is actually really fundamentally important. And a lot of these people aren't going to be able to afford $800 to set up a satellite on their house. It's actually, it is a problem.
Do you remember during COVID times at 8 o'clock and 11 o'clock every day, we'd switch on the TV and find out what was happening with the numbers and the laws and all of that type of thing? I mean, regional Australia is missing out. It's been happening for a really long time. We need to do a lot more. What, $48 million? Get that tax scrapped. That'd be amazing. Got to take a break. See you soon.